It's just quarter of an hour. And then after a short break, we do another sit. And again, the same small groups of 15 minutes again, and again, just sharing your meditation experience. I think last week that was lovely. We did it in the same way. And I think a lot of people just enjoyed sharing, talking about meditation. Yeah, we don't do it so specific often. So there you go. So about Metta Bhavana, I'll do a little intro now. Metta Bhavana, it's cultivating loving kindness. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we say. And a lot of people I know just going to their head thinking rather than experiencing it really. It's because we have input, we bring people to mind in these different stages, and very quickly we just think about them. Somebody said recently they've been doing that for years, just thinking about people. And when you start thinking, you just go off on other thoughts quite easily. So really the art is to, with any meditation, also the Metta Bhavana, come into your body first, really, really connect with your body as much as you can. And stay in there in a way. Stay in there. So metta is not in the head. Metta is in the heart. It's in experience, yeah. We do use reflections sometimes, like especially, with other people. For instance, a neutral person, just sometimes it helps to have a reflection like, oh, they're just like me. Yeah, they're just like me. They have a life. And in that way, open up your heart to that person a bit more. Yeah. So reflections can help, but reflection is different to thinking. Reflection is putting a little thought like that in and letting it percolate into your heart, into your body, as it were. Yeah. So that can really help. Also, another thing about Metta Bhavana is that we often think we need to feel grand things right there and then on our cushion. Really, this big, big, big love for anything that's alive, for all beings in the universe, is grand. Yes, that is metta. That certainly is metta. But it's not something that we always connect with when we're meditating, right here and now. So yes, it can be that feeling, and we all probably have moments where it is like that, and that's fantastic. But it is not just feeling. Really, what we are trying to do, what we are doing in a Metta Bhavana, is we're cultivating our mind, we're cultivating our heart, we're cultivating our tendency, or even you could say an attitude, an intention of metta for ourselves and for everybody else. So it's that we're changing, in a way, our habits, you could say, our habits of mind and being. And it's pretty revolutionary, it's pretty radical. I think Metta Bhavana is often what has changed many, many practitioners much more, in a way, or maybe not much more, but definitely a lot, as well as mindfulness, obviously, mindfulness of breathing. But this whole intention, this whole idea, this whole experience of metta is pretty radical, really. There you go. So we be changing a tendency. I think that's what it is. And it's really good to bring that to mind. So you're not failing if you don't feel it right now, like tonight, when you're sitting on your cushion. Just like with mindfulness of breathing, you come back to the breath. You get distracted, you come back. Metta Bhavana is similar in the way that you just keep bringing to mind this kindness, this intention of loving kindness for yourself and for all beings. Yeah. So there's different ways in. What we're going to do tonight is looking at the different ways in. Quite a lot of you will be familiar with these, but I'm just going to bring them to mind. And then in a meditation, I take us through a few of those in the first sit. So just see, what are you actually, which method or what do you use? Yeah. So there's different ways in with Metta Bhavana. There's just bringing as much awareness as you can into your body, into your posture, into what you're actually feeling in your body. The felt sense of sitting, the sensations in your body, anywhere, in your face, hands, your feet, your heart. So body, doing a body scan. I mean, I often say the first stage of the Metta Bhavana can be just bringing that awareness to your body and to your heart, because that's really kind. That's really an act of kindness for yourself. Yeah. Then there is memory, just bringing a memory to mind of a situation that you really enjoyed, that was warm, loving. It could be just you on your own in nature somewhere, in a beautiful water on the beach. Yeah. It could be a conversation with a friend, but just a situation that's really warming you. And you're not then staying with that memory, but that's not it, but that quality of joy, that quality of warmth, caring, that's what you can bring into your heart and kind of let grow in a Metta Bhavana. So that's a memory. Then we can use an image. That's something we will do tonight. We can imagine, like, for instance, an image like the sun. The sun is really good for this. The sun, just imagining the sun shining on us with warmth, or imagining the sun in our heart. Yeah. So it's visual, but it's also very, there's the sense of warmth, of softness, of radiation. Yeah, so you can use an image like that to actually get in touch with that warmth and that opening up. You can also imagine a flower unfolding in your heart, like a bud in your heart, just unfolding slowly. I actually don't do that ever, but I know people do. The sun works for me. It could be another image. It could just be light, a color that you love, light. And letting it just percolate through your body, radiate through your body. It can also, there's already said in a way, the tactile. So it's always really important to feel the tactile, the kinesthetic, so to speak, in your body. See where is the warmth, the softness. You can even imagine that your breath is massaging you, that kind of real sense of care in your body and feeling it, sensing it. We can use breathing. So there's breathing. We do that tonight as well. It's breathing awareness and kindness together with the other people in the Metta Bhavana, the people you choose to be with. And then there's the very traditional methods. This is using phrases. Yeah, you're familiar with that probably. The traditional phrases are, may I be happy, may I be well, may I make progress on the path. So you can use those phrases, but you can also make up a phrase of your own that resonates with you. Yeah, or a word, just a word like respect, like care, connection, gratitude. So a word that speaks to you, just drop it in and let it really resonate in your heart, in your being. Yeah. So you can use that. Or there is, of course, a poem or a verse, yeah, that you can just bring to mind or read at the beginning of your meditation and let those words just sink in. A mantra, chanting, for instance, the mantra of the Buddha or the mantra of Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion, of love. Yeah. So Tara, just when you chant a mantra for a while, and again, really let it resonate in your being. Yeah, it changes, it opens your heart. So these are ways of doing Metta Bhavana. All these you can use. You don't probably want to use them all at the same time, So, yeah, might get a bit chaotic. But there's probably more. But, again, in your groups, see what are you actually doing? Do you use any of this? Okay. That's enough said. So, I'm going to guide you through 4 of these, so that we'll use like sort of 5 minutes for each method, if you see what I mean. So that will be a bit weird going maybe from one to the other, and I've never done it like this, but we're going to try. And let's see how it is, yeah, when you follow me. So settle into sitting comfortably, so you can breathe freely. And first we're gonna do body awareness, and then the second phase will be this image of the sun in our heart, and then the third one will be a phrase or a word, and the fourth one will be using our breathing. And we're just going to do this for ourselves and for our friend. So here we are, all sitting together. So first, it's becoming really aware of how you're sitting right now and how you are in your body. How is your body? Is it comfortable? Maybe you want to adjust your posture a little bit. Maybe move a little bit just to settle more relaxed into your posture, into sitting. And really feeling the earth, the floor underneath you, making contact with the earth. Just allowing tension, restlessness, just to flow into the earth. Just aware of that stable, what is it? Stability that your legs and your feet and your buttocks give you. That stable base. And then aware of your body sort of going upwards. Your spine, your torso, through your neck and your throat, through your head, through the crown of your head. Just allowing that tension or that moving up to be there, as well as moving down into the earth and up into the sky. Just feeling spaciousness around you. Noticing your shoulders and your arms, your hands. And allowing your face, your hands and your feet to soften. Just bringing awareness to your face, your hands and your feet. Just noticing the effect that your face, softening your face, has on your heart. And noticing the effect of softening your feet, the soles of your feet. The effect that that has on your body and your heart area. Bringing awareness to your hands, really noticing your hands. And allowing the palms of your hands and your hands to soften. And again, noticing the response in your heart area, if it's there. Now we stay with hands and heart. So your hands are full of sensitivity, capable of many things. Our hands are care. And notice that response in your heart. Just being in our body, bringing this awareness into our body is very much metta for ourselves. And then imagining our friend and opening our heart, our hands to our friend. Just being with that. If there's difficulties, you're not pushing it away. If there's other feelings, you're not pushing it away. They're there. And yet, allowing our heart to warm and open. This connection with our hands, with our body. Opening to our friend. And then we're moving to another way of being with metta. So here we're using imagination. And in this case, bringing to mind the sun, the image of the sun. Just feeling the warmth of the sun, the rays of the sun warming our body. And imagining the sun in our heart center. Just warming us up, warming our heart, softening our body. Like the sun from our heart center, filling our whole body up with warmth, with sunlight. Really sensing it in your body, in your heart. In the back of your body, your pelvic area, your legs, your feet, your toes, your belly, your head, your face, your arms, your hands, your fingers, just everywhere. And imagine the warm light or the warmth of the sun to radiate out to your friend. Filling their body too with warmth, with kindness. with metta. Their body and their being filled with kindness. You can stay with that warmth while we move into another way of bringing metta into our being. And this is using a phrase or a word. So drop in a phrase or a word and just feel it in your body, sense it in your body, sense it in your being, in your heart. Like, may I be well. May I be happy. May I make progress in my spiritual practice. So just choose a phrase that works for you, or a word that works for you. And just now and again, drop it into your being, into your experience. And let the effect ripple through your body, through your being. And then extend it to your friend. Just invite your friend Just extend this phrase or this word to include them. And then stay connected with yourself. There's no forcing, just being with yourself in your heart. Noticing how you are. And becoming aware of breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Sensing breathing in your body. Movement in the sides of your body, your belly, diaphragm, your back, your ribs, your nose, your throat. And allowing our heart to breathe, our whole being to breathe. And we're breathing in awareness, sense growing, deepening awareness. And we're breathing out kindness, care, metta, warmth. Kindness, warmth, well-wishing for ourselves. It's like breathing out into our being, allowing our being to fill with kindly breath. And then inviting our friend to breathe with us. It's like breathing in awareness together. Breathing out kindness, this real sense of care. Care for ourselves, care for our friend. That's coming back into sitting and just giving ourselves a minute to finish this meditation. To absorb and to notice how we are now. I can't see whether everybody's back. That's a hard thing, isn't it, with Zoom? Looks like most people are here. Well, carry on. So now we're going to do another Metta Bhavana, another meditation. I won't lead much this time. And again, after that, we'll be in the same groups for another quarter of an hour and then come back all together. Yeah, this one is, I'll ring bells, and I mentioned the 5 stages of the Metta Bhavana because they all really mirror something else. They bring another response in our being, isn't it? When we bring an enemy, call it the enemy, or a difficult person to mind rather than a good friend, it's very different feel. So it's that reaction that our response that we are with, really. So we will take you through the 5 stages, but if you want to linger a bit longer in one stage, just feel free to do so. When the bell goes, you don't have to cut off where you are and jump into the next, if you see what I mean. Just if you want to stay with your friend longer or in another stage, just do. Play with that. And I'm going to invite you as well to use one of those means, one way of cultivating metta. There's one way of being with metta. So it could be a sentence or the phrases or a word. It could be an image. It could be, with breathing with kindness. It could be, what else did we do? Yes, just being with your body and radiating out from there. So anything that you want to try. So that's all I have to say. But we're going to start with Xantika is going to read a reading from Pema Chandran. It's one that she read before in a session that she did at 7 o'clock, and it's beautiful about metta, really. So I'm going to ask Shantika to read at the beginning of the metta, and then we'll do a metta bhavana. So when you're ready, Shantika.
Okay. While we are sitting in meditation, we are simply exploring humanity and all of creation in the form of ourselves. We can become the world's greatest experts on anger, jealousy, and self-deprecation, as well as on joyfulness, clarity, and insight. Everything that human beings feel, we feel. We can become extremely wise and sensitive to all of humanity and the whole universe simply by knowing ourselves, just as we are. The path of loving kindness is a sense of wonder, becoming a 2 or 3-year-old child again, wanting to know all the unknowable things. These kind of questions have nothing to do with resolving anything. The fruition lies in beginning to realize our kinship with all humanity. Our journey of making friends with ourselves is not a selfish thing. It's a process of developing loving kindness and a true understanding for other people.
And then there are the words of the Dhammapada, this ancient Buddhist text. Hatred never ceases with hatred. Hatred only ceases with love. Hatred never ceases with hatred. Hatred only ceases with love. So choosing a way in which you're gonna cultivate or be with metta, with loving kindness in this meditation. So you can choose one of the methods that we tried before, something that works for you or that you want to try out. But first of all, be in your body, aware, aware of how you are in your body. Aware of how you are emotionally. a metta for you, for yourself. Let's moving on to a friend. But really feel free to stay longer in a stage, in a phase. If you're really there, really interested, feel free to play. and a neutral person. And somebody who's difficult for you. and all living beings everywhere. Bringing your awareness right back into how you're sitting, how you are right now. Just taking a minute or so to absorb the effects of the meditation. And then very slowly, sensitively, just allowing yourself to come out of the meditation.